Have you reckoned 1,000 acres much? Have you reckoned the earth much? Have you practiced so long to learn to read? Have you felt so proud to get at the meaning of poems? Stop this day and night with me, and you shall possess the origin of all poems. You shall possess the good of the earth and sun. There are millions of suns left. You shall no longer take things at second or third hand, nor look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the spectres in books. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides and filter them from yourself.
In Walt Whitman's poem Song of Myself, from his 1855 collection Leaves of Grass, he gives voice to a new kind of poetry, a vision for America which is egalitarian, pluralistic, rugged, evolving, experimental. Is America not the great experiment, but also homoerotic, sexualized and full of physicality? Straight away we're thrown into a very personal and direct encounter with Walt. The fourth wall is broken and he's speaking directly to you. He's leaning in and he's asking you open-ended questions. He's like one curled up on the couch next to you, asking you about the curiosity that you feel. Have you pondered upon this land? Pondered upon this earth? Or maybe you've searched for answers amongst books and had flashes of insight from poems. And as we open up and we expose our own vulnerable opinions, Walt's fantasy takes shape. He extends his invitation to spend this day and night with me. And in return, he will offer us his insights, the origin of all poems. And so, do we stay? Do we read on? Do we accept our role cast as the poet's lover? Leaves of Grass was written in response to an essay by Ralph Waldo Emerson, which called for a new American poetry. As Emerson said, America is a poem in our eyes. Its ample geography dazzles the imagination, and it will not wait long for meters. And not long did it wait, for Whitman's free verse came a mere decade later, a verse which not only answered Emerson's call, but at the same time reflected many Emersonian or transcendentalist ideas and values, an admiration for nature, a belief in the inherent goodness of people, the championing of individualism, and a belief in America, that America would and could forge its own unique cultural identity. In what is perhaps Emerson's most famous essay, Nature, he implores us to no longer grope among the dry bones of the past, a sentiment very much reflected here. Whitman is besieging us to not simply accept the experiences of others that are being mediated to us, such as the received intellectual culture of Europe. We must go out and experience this world for ourselves, firsthand. Emerson continues, "The sun shines today also. There are new lands, new men, new thoughts." Again, a similar sentiment is found here and here. There is far more before us than behind us. Emerson and Whitman alike are inviting us to recognize that our very identity need not hinge upon those old ideas and traditions which have been brought across the Atlantic. We need not simply recycle old cultural artifacts. For Whitman, this entailed the throwing off of British poetic form, no more iambic pentameter, and for Emerson, the throwing off of the European philosophical and religious tradition, or at least its need for a reappraisal, very much on America's own terms. On this intimate night, then, that you and Walt Whitman have shared together, there is an unspoken tension afoot. On one hand, he wants to dazzle you. Of course he does. He doesn't want you to feel you've wasted your time. He'll express to you his well-rehearsed transcendentalist points. He'll articulate to you his own very compelling vision for America. And he'll, of course, monopolize your time, your day, your evening. And he'll claim that he does so with you at the center. His egalitarian America requires him to hold up your own individual liberty on principle. And yet, this invariably knocks up against the force of Whitman's own arresting vision. One could certainly read his confident approach as arrogant or even presumptuous. Does he not lean in a little too close? And yet, perhaps on balance, as we listen to all sides, we do choose to indulge him. For after all, is his America not a compelling one? I think I'd choose to be a part of it. Would you? Hey everyone, thanks for watching. My channel is still a relatively new one, and so if you can help me out by liking this video, subscribing if you haven't done so already, and commenting below, it's a big help. Well, cheers again, and I'll see you in the next one.